Hi, today we're going to be practicing just a really nice sort of comprehensive Vinyasa flow class. It'll be about an hour long. At the end, I will bring you into Shavasana, but should you want to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, feel free. You don't have to end when I end the practice. So we're going to start in just a comfortable seated position. If you want to have your yoga mat or any props around you, go ahead and grab them now. You may or may not need blocks or blankets depending on the kind of surface that you're practicing on. And once you make your way into that comfortable position, getting grounded through the sits bones, nice and heavy through the thigh bones, the hands can just rest on the tops of the thighs. Let the shoulders sink down the back and eyes can close or just gaze softly towards the floor. I'm just starting to tune into the breath. Bringing the inhales all the way down into the belly. Nice slow exhales. Start to slow everything down. And you can just begin to notice your surroundings by sound and sensation. If you're in your house, noticing those things around you that make it feel like home, make it familiar. Any smells. Notice the temperature. Notice the surface that you're sitting on. Those parts of the body that connect to the floor. The sounds you hear around you, whether inside or outside. Allowing all of these present features of where you are to bring you into this moment, to act as a grounding place. And then begin to visualize yourself among all of these familiar things. Everything your senses are drawing in, allow it to draw inward. So now just noticing the rise and fall of the chest as you breathe. Maybe there's subtle movement in the shoulders. Movement through the belly. And allow the experience of just being with your breath to deepen, to slow down, and to begin to draw your awareness towards the inside experience of being present so that all of those external stimuli start to fall away or fade or become just less obtrusive to the senses. Beginning to deepen the breath here. Couple more deep breaths, just like this. You can keep the eyes closed. Find a little extra lift of the heart, so stacking the spine just a little bit taller. Shoulders are going to stay heavy down the back. And then drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And just getting a gentle, subtle stretch down the left side of the neck. Maybe even reaching the left fingertips out to the left to deepen that sensation should you want to. You can explore rolling the chin down towards that right shoulder, just moving the stretch towards the back of the neck just slightly, and just feel that. And then maybe play with rolling the chin up towards the ceiling just slightly. So we're moving that stretch towards the front of the neck. And bringing the head back to center. You can lift it back up towards the ceiling and just pause in center for a moment. Notice the differences between how the sides of the neck, the tops of the shoulders feel. And then we'll drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Staying nice and heavy through the right, staying a little lifted through the heart here so you're not leaning over to the left with the head. And if you want to reach the right fingertips out to the right, perhaps just increasing sensation along the top line of that right shoulder. You can try that. And if that feels like too much, just bring the hand back onto the thigh. And roll the chin down towards the shoulder. Just moving the stretch towards the back line of the neck, just a little, noticing that sensation. And bringing the head through neutral, you can roll the chin up towards the ceiling, moving that stretch towards the front of the neck. And keep reaching through the left fingertips if that's where you chose to go with that. The right fingertips. And we'll first return the head to neutral on that left side, and then bring the head back up towards the ceiling. Right hand can come on the right thigh, and just take a moment to roll the shoulders back a little bit. Nice circles here, just loosening up any tension. And then just let the shoulders be heavy. You can begin to open the eyes here. On an inhale, let's reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, press the arms back down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, press the arms back down. And one more time, inhale, reach up, maybe looking up this time. And as you exhale, bring the right arm down, lean the left arm up and over. Just a nice side stretch. Staying grounded through the right sits bone here. Stay heavy through that right thigh bone. And actively reach through the left fingertips. And you can roll the shoulder back a little bit, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. You can roll the shoulder down a little bit, getting a little bit deeper into the back. And then bring the shoulder back to neutral. On an inhale, let's reach both arms up towards the ceiling, and then exhale right into a twist over to the left. So that right hand will land on top of the left thigh, left fingertips behind you, lengthen up through the spine, rotate the chest. Roll the left shoulder back, and then if it's comfortable, you can look over the left shoulder, bringing that rotation into the neck. And on an inhale, let's bring ourselves back to center, reach up, maybe look up. And then exhale, left hand's going to come down to the left side. Reach the right arm up and over. Making sure you're not tilting onto one sits bone over the other. Pelvis is nice and grounded here. We're actively reaching through the fingertips. And in the side stretch, you can play with rolling the shoulder back a little bit. See how that changes it. And then roll the shoulder down, maybe bringing that stretch towards the back body a little bit. And bringing the shoulder back to neutral. On an inhale, let's reach back up to center with both arms. And exhale right into a twist to the right. So left hand to the top of the right thigh. Right fingertips will land behind you. And staying nice and tall, nice and stacked through the back. Roll the right shoulder back so the thoracic spine, the rib cage is rotating. And if it's comfortable, you can look out over the right shoulder. And on an inhale, let's rotate back to center, reach up with both arms, and exhale the hands forward. Let's shift it onto all fours, coming into tabletop. Wrists are going to be below the shoulders, knees below the hips, toes untucked for right now. Spread the fingers nice and wide on the mat and then really grip into the fingertips. We're going to spiral the inner elbow crease forward here. Pressing firmly into the hands, keep the elbows straight. Keep those inner elbows rotating forward. And on an inhale, go ahead and drop the belly down, roll the tailbone up, lift the heart, maybe look up into cow pose. And as you exhale, starting with the tailbone, round it down towards the mat. Let the spine lift up towards the ceiling, and you can drop the head. Cat pose. Inhale, starting with the tailbone once again, roll it up, let the belly drop down and the heart will roll up, cow. And then exhale, round the tailbone down, draw the belly in and round the spine up, cat. Just finding a couple rounds of this, inhaling to open through the front body in cow, and exhaling, opening through the back body in cat. Arms are going to stay nice and strong as you continue to explore this movement. And really feeling the breath initiate the movement through the spine, through the torso. And one more full round, inhaling and exhaling. And then just coming to neutral here, drawing the belly in just slightly. So we're not going to let the belly drop down towards the floor, and we're also not rounding it up towards the ceiling. We're going to find a nice neutral back body. Pressing firmly into the hands, pressing firmly into the fingertips, and on an inhale, let's reach the right leg straight back behind. Flex into the foot. Keep the belly drawing in. Just press through the heel. Let's take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, squeeze the right knee in towards the chest. Think cat pose. And then inhale the right leg straight back behind, landing in that neutral spine. Exhale the right knee wide towards the right tricep. Elbow stays straight. Inhale the right leg straight back behind. And then exhale, right knee comes in towards the chest, and we'll just step it towards the top of the mat. Here's a good opportunity to grab blocks or props if you have them and want them. You can also place a blanket underneath that back knee for a little bit of padded support. Making sure that the right knee is stacked right above that right ankle, and just draw the heart forward. So just lengthening into a low lunge here. You can take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, pull the hips back, coming into a half splits. Now, if you have props, you can walk them back with you so that wrists are right below shoulders. And we'll start by flexing into that right foot. So pull the toes back towards the shin and just feel the back line of the leg here. And then for a slightly different stretch, you can point through the toes, maybe even grounding the toes, the big toe, the base of the big toe down onto the floor or the mat. Might not get that far, and that's okay. Just feeling a stretch through the shin, so the front line of the lower leg here. And then on an inhale, let's rebend the right knee, returning to that low lunge. Placing hands on the mat, sweep the right leg straight back behind you, landing in that three-legged tabletop once again. Pause. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, return the right knee towards the right tricep, nice and high. And then from there, we're going to kick the right foot straight out from the right hip, land it on the floor. From there, you can roll towards the outer edge of that right foot. Really ground the knife edge, activate the arch a little bit. Starting here, just getting a stretch through the outer line of that right leg. And just pause, pressing into the hands. Let's take an inhale just like this. As you exhale, sink the hips back, staying grounded through the sole of that right foot towards a child's pose. And then inhale, lift yourself back up towards that tabletop. Exhale, sink the hips back towards that left heel. And inhale, lift back up. One more time, exhale, sink the hips back towards the heel. Inhale, lift back up, and from there, we're going to come all the way up to kneeling, reaching up into gate pose. From here, let's rotate those right toes up towards the ceiling, flexing into that foot. Reach up nice and tall. Left hip should be stacked above the left knee. Let's take an inhale here, and then exhale the right hand to the right leg. Reach up and over with the left arm. And just a nice side stretch. Try to tuck the right hip underneath you. And then inhale your way back up to center. Reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, sweep the right leg straight back behind you. And exhale, right knee to the mat. If you want to find one round of cat-cow here just to neutralize, go ahead and explore that, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale your way to neutral. Once again, just drawing the belly in a little bit. So a little bit of firmness in the front abdominals to support the low back. And then on your next inhale, extend the left leg straight back behind you. So just finding a little bit of balance here. Belly's drawing in, and we're pressing through that left heel. So left leg is nice and active. Inner elbows spiral forward, gripping into the fingertips. Let's take an inhale here. And as you exhale, draw that left knee in towards your chest, rounding like cat pose. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, bring it wide, elbows stay straight. Inhale the left leg back. And exhale, left knee right in towards the chest again, and we'll step it towards the top of the mat. So landing in the low lunge, if you want to grab your blocks again or any props you have, get yourself set up. Reaching the heart forward, really lengthening through the spine, left knee above the left ankle. And just pause here for a moment. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, pull the hips back, straighten into the left leg, coming into our half splits. Props can come with you here once again, wrist below shoulders. And we'll start by flexing into the left foot so the toes pull back towards the shin. Heart still reaching forward. And just feeling the back line of the leg. And then from there, keeping the hips where they are, just start to point through the left toes. And maybe you can ground the toes, maybe you can ground the base of that left big toe, bringing that stretch into the shin muscle, so the tibialis anterior. Let's take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll rebend the left knee, returning to our low lunge. You can plant the hands on the mat, sweep the left leg straight back behind you, and just pause once again in this three-legged tabletop. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, return the left knee towards the left tricep, nice and wide. And then from there, we'll kick the left leg straight out to the left, land the foot on the floor, rolling to the outer edge of that foot. So really pressing through the knife edge. So we're lifting the arch on that left foot. And just pause here for a moment, feeling that stretch down the outer line of the leg. And just a little bit of movement. Let's take an inhale. And as you exhale, sink the hips back towards that right heel. And then inhale, lift yourself back up. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the right heel. Inhale, lift yourself back up. And one more time, exhale, sink the hips back towards the left heel. Inhale, lift up towards that tabletop, and then we'll bring it all the way up to kneeling. As you reach the arms up, rotate the left toes up towards the ceiling. So now we're externally rotating in that left hip. Right hip is stacked above the right knee. Arms reach up into gate pose. Let's take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, left hand to the left leg, reach the right arm up and over. Just a nice side stretch. And tucking the left hip underneath you and reaching actively through the right fingertips. And on an inhale, go ahead and bring yourself all the way back up to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale the left leg straight back behind you, three-legged tabletop. And exhale, release the left knee to the mat. One round of cat-cow here just to neutralize the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhale to neutral. Let's walk the hands towards the top of the mat. And sink the hips back towards the heels for a moment. Just coming into a really active child's pose. Pressing forward into the fingertips, pressing forward into the base of that index finger. Actively lift the forearms away from the mat. And then gripping into the fingertips, tuck the toes under, keep the forearms lifted, and keep pressing the hips back. And just pause for a moment. And then from here, again, gripping into the fingertips, pressing to the base of the index finger, toes are tucked under, hips are pressing back, forearms are lifted. Just float the knees away from the mat. Just a couple of inches. Chest is pressing towards the tops of the thighs. A little bit of strength here. Let's take an inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs, shoot it forward to plank pose. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the heels, just like we did, knees floating. Take an inhale. Exhale, shoot it forward towards plank. Let's take an inhale here. One last time. Exhale, chest towards the tops of the thighs. Really active here. Let's take an inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs, just bringing yourself into down dog. And take a moment. You can pedal out the feet. Maybe sway the hips a little. And just reconnect with the breath. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale, lift the heels, look forward. And as you exhale, just a nice slow walk to the top of your mat. And step the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Let's take a nice micro bend in the knees. You can grab opposite elbows. Just let yourself hang out in a ragdoll for a moment. And a little bit of movement here can oftentimes feel really nice. Just swaying side to side. And releasing the hands down to the floor. On an inhale, find a half lift, hands to the shins, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up to standing, reach up, and exhale, hands to the heart. Just a couple half salutations to get us started. On an inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hinge it forward, coming towards our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into your half lift, finding support through the arms. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, circle the arms, bring it all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Adding on, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward, hinging at the waist. Inhale, find that half lift, supporting the hands on the shins. And as you exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat, fingertips to the mat. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, reach both arms up, Anjaneyasana, just a nice low lunge. And exhale, return hands to the mat. Inhale, step it back, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, first lower knees, then bending the elbows, lower the chest. And just coming all the way down to the belly. Hands by the low ribs. Inhale, low cobra pose. Squeeze the elbows in and then lengthen back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press to your tabletop first. Sink the hips back towards the heels. Toes will tuck under. Pause. Arms really active, gripping into fingertips, forearms lifted. Float the knees away from the mat. Let's take an inhale here, and then exhale, straighten the legs, down dog. On an inhale, reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, step the right foot all the way up between the hands. Just coming into a higher lunge here, so left knee lifted. Take an inhale, reach forward through the heart. And exhale, step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, let's step the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, reach both arms up, low lunge. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step it back, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, you're welcome to lower knees or keep them lifted as you lower all the way down through chaturanga. Inhaling to a cobra pose, elbows squeeze in, tops of the feet press down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up tabletop or right into plank. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips towards the heels. Knees are floating. Pause. Take an inhale, press the chest towards the tops of the thighs. And then exhale, straighten the legs, down dog. Inhale the left leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Pausing in your lunge, right knee stays lifted. Take an inhale. And exhale, step to the top, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. And as you exhale, bring the right arm down, reach the left arm up and over, just a nice side stretch. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, the left arm down, right arm up and over, side stretch the other way. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, find your half lift. And as you exhale, step it back, find your plank pose. Inhaling here, and exhale through a vinyasa, maybe adding in your up dog if you would like to. Thighs lifted away from the mat. Press firmly into the hands. And we'll exhale our way back to down dog. And pausing, lengthening down through the heels, up through the tailbone. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend into the knee, open up the hip. Just pausing here. Trying to rotate that right kneecap up towards the ceiling. One more inhale like this. And as you exhale, squeeze the knee in towards the chest and step it all the way up between the hands. On an inhale, bring it up to your crescent lunge. Pausing here, really lifting that left heel up away from the mat, squaring the hips forward, pull the low belly in. So really try to get that length through the front of the left hip. Reach up through the fingertips. Let's take an inhale here. And as you exhale, sweep the right arm back, left arm forward. Just a nice big twist. Try to keep the pelvis stable. So we're really rotating through the rib cage here. And take one more inhale. As you exhale, release the left knee down to the mat. Stay twisted. Right arm reaching back, left arm forward. And then bringing the right hand to the back of the left thigh. We're just reaching for it. Inhale the left arm up towards the ceiling. Lifting up through the heart. Keep the belly firm. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands all the way down. Anjaneyasana low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, pull the hips back, half splits. Nice and familiar place here. Stay long through the spine, reaching forward through the heart. Flexing into the right toes. And on an inhale, it's rebend the right knee. Bring the fingertips towards the top of the mat. One smooth motion. We're going to tuck the left toes and shift it forward, standing splits. So standing on that right leg, folding in, left leg up towards the ceiling. And inhale just into a little half lift. Make some space. As you exhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Grab a hold of it with the left hand and bring yourself all the way up to standing. So balancing on that right foot, you can hold on to the left shin in front of you. And just find balance. Good. Let's let that left leg float. And on an inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, just a momentary transition through Warrior 3. So left leg kicks behind you, fingertips reach forward, flex into that left foot, hips stay square to the floor. One more inhale here, and then exhale, right hand down. Start to rotate the left hip open, left arm up towards the ceiling, half moon pose. A lot of outer hip work. Keep flexing into that left foot. Let's take one more inhale. And then on the exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. And inhale up, Warrior 2. Pause, get grounded through the feet. Nice rotation through that right hip. Keeping the knee rotating towards that second toe on the right foot. And then pressing out through the outer edge of the left foot. Reach the arms to the horizon. Let the shoulders get heavy. On your next inhale, let's turn the right palm up towards the ceiling. Left hand to the left leg. And inhale, reach the right arm up and back. So reverse warrior here. Nice side stretch. Right knee still tracking towards that second toe on the right foot. One more inhale like this. As you exhale, straighten the right leg. Rotate the left toes out, and we're going to bend into the left knee, coming down into Skandasana. Hands can be on the floor here. We're flexing into that right foot. Toes turned up towards the ceiling. Hips just getting heavy, and you can press the left knee wide, just like a half malasana. Let's take one more inhale like this. And as you exhale, walk the hands over towards that right foot, landing in our lunge, left knee lifted. Inhale here, and then exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring the left arm down, right arm up and over, side stretch to the left. Inhale up to center. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up and over, side stretch to the right. Inhale up to center. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, half lift. And as you exhale, take a vinyasa, maybe jumping your way back to chaturanga, cobra or up dog. And we'll meet in down dog. And in your down dog, nice deep breath in and deep breath out. We're going to inhale the left leg up towards the ceiling and bend into the knee, rotating that hip open on this side. So kneecap towards ceiling, left hip point, rotating on top of the right. And one more inhale here. As you exhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest and then step it between the hands. Right heel stays lifted. Inhale up, crescent lunge. And again, really trying to lift up through that front hip point, lengthening down the front of the right hip. So low belly draws in, really stabilize the low back, reach the arms up. Nice inhale here. As you exhale, left arm reaches back, right arm forward, big twist, stabilizing through the pelvis. So really draw the low belly in. That right hip might pull back a little bit. One more inhale in the twist. As you exhale, stay in the twist. Lower the right knee down to the mat, coming to a lower lunge. And then left hand to the back of the right thigh or reach for it. Inhale the right arm up and then lean back any amount here. Lift into the heart. Nice big inhale. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame that left foot. Inhaling in our low lunge. And exhale, pull the hips back, half splits. So again, familiar place here. And on an inhale, let's rebend the left knee. And then again, one smooth movement, tuck those right toes, shift it into your standing splits on the left leg. Folding in and reaching those right toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale your way into a half lift here, just make some space. And as you exhale, we're going to squeeze the right knee in towards the chest, grab it with the right hand, and we'll bring it all the way up to standing. Take a moment to find your balance. And then letting the right knee float. Inhale the arms up, pause. And on an exhale, warrior 3, kick the right leg back behind you, shift the torso forward, flex into that right foot, find your balance. One more inhale. And then exhale, left hand's going to come down to the ground or a block. Right arm reaches up, right hip stacks on top of the left. So our half moon pose here. Maintaining balance, outer hips working hard. One more inhale here. And then exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhaling up, warrior 2. And get grounded. Left knee is rotating to track towards the line of the second toe, pressing out into the right foot. Lift the arms to the horizon. Turning the left palm up towards the ceiling, right hand to the right thigh. Inhale, reach up through the left arm, and then exhale, lean it back, reverse warrior. Lengthen down that left side. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to straighten the left leg, rotate the right toes out, and bend into that right knee, coming down into Skandasana towards the back of your mat. Left toes turn up towards the ceiling. We're flexing into that left foot. And right tricep can press to the inside of the right knee and just kind of rotate that hip open. And one more inhale here. As you exhale, walk the hands towards the left foot. Rotate towards the top of your mat into your lunge. Inhale. And then exhale, step to the top. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, bring it all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, find your half lift. Let's step the feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart here. Going to reach down, grab a hold of the big toes with the peace fingers. Now you can keep the knees straight or bend into them if you're having difficulty reaching the toes. Grab a hold, middle, index, and thumb are going to wrap around that toe. And then think about finding a half lift, whether knees are straight or bent. So we're pulling the heart forward, creating a little bit of tension between the toes, the arms, the shoulders. Nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, elbows are going to draw wide as you draw the heart down towards the toes. From here, if you can straighten the knees, if that's comfortable, feel free to explore that. Tailbones rotating up. And trying to stay grounded through both the ball mound of the feet as well as the heels. Couple of breaths. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, holding onto the toes. First inhale to a half lift, recreate that tension, and then release the toes. Let's turn the toes out, heels in, and bend the knees down into Malasana. So just coming into our little yogic squat. Heels might reach the floor, they might not. If they're lifted a little bit, that's okay. Elbows to the insides of the knees, hands to the heart. Just press the hips wide for a moment. Take a couple breaths here. Give yourself a moment to regulate the nervous system. Slow the breath down. Going to move through the flow one more time. One breath, one movement for the most part. Just kind of picking up the pace a little bit before we bring it down and do some cool down stretches. So let's take one more inhale here. And one more exhale. Go ahead and place the hands on the mat. Nice opportunity. We're going to take a vinyasa. If you want to play with finding your crow pose, adding that into either just playing with it at the beginning of the vinyasa or adding it into your vinyasa, you're welcome to do that. You can jump it back, find your chaturanga, move from there, or step back, and we'll meet in down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend into the knee, open the hip. One big inhale here, and then exhale, right knee in towards your chest, step it between the hands. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, take your twist. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, reverse that twist, right hand to left thigh. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down into your lunge. Inhale in your lunge. And exhale, pull the hips back, half splits. Inhale, rebend the right knee. Exhale, standing splits. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, left knee in towards the chest. Bring it up to standing. Inhale the arms up. Maybe the left leg kicks straight. And then exhale, shift it back, warrior three. Take an inhale in warrior three. Exhale, half moon, right hand down. Left arm, left hip, reach up. Inhale here. Exhale, step it back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, Skandasana, bend into the left knee. Take an inhale here. Exhale, walk it forward, frame the right foot, lunge. Take an inhale. And exhale, step to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find a vinyasa. Maybe once again exploring that crow pose at the beginning of it. And again, you can jump back, you can step back, and we'll meet in down dog. And in your down dog, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bend into the knee, open up the hip. One inhale here. Exhale, left knee in towards the chest, step it between the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the right knee down. Inhale, reverse that twist, reach up and over with the right arm. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the left foot. Take an inhale. And exhale, half splits, pull the hips back. Inhale, rebend the left knee. Exhale, standing splits, shift it forward. Inhale, a little bit of a half lift. Exhale, right knee into the chest, bring it up to standing. Inhale the arms up. Maybe the right leg kicks straight. And then exhale, warrior three, shift it forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, half moon. Left hand down, right arm, right hip, lift up. Inhale here. Exhale, step it back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, Skandasana, bend into the right knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward, frame the left foot, lunge. Inhale, and exhale, step to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, half lift. And as you exhale, hands to the mat, let's just step it back, down dog. On an inhale, reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow, ankle towards the left. So it's a floating half pigeon, engaging the external rotators on that right thigh. And then lower the shin down. Find a nice restful half pigeon. Bringing that right knee towards the right edge of the mat, so wider than the hip. Left toes point straight back. Pressing down into the knife edge of the right foot, you can kind of engage these muscles that we're stretching out here. Stabilize the legs, stabilize the pelvis. Square everything forward. And as you're ready, maybe lower down to the forearms, lower down to the belly. Find some rest. Come back to the breath. Let things start to regulate and normalize. Can you breathe down into the belly to start to slow the heart rate down? And notice where you can begin to disengage. What doesn't have to be full of effort? What part of you can move towards ease, towards rest? Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then start to press back up to the hands. We're going to shift the weight over onto that right hip. Swing the left leg forward. So we're going to land with the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. So coming into our Janu Sirsasana. Left foot is flexed, right thigh rolling open, and then let's turn the heart so that the center of the heart is shooting straight down that left leg, and you can walk the fingertips forward, folding in as far as you're comfortable going here. And if you can grab a hold of the left foot, think about pulling the low ribs towards the toes. So we're really trying to take the rounding out of the low back. And folding in for a moment here. And on an inhale, start to sit up nice and tall. Bending into the left knee, we'll step it towards the outside of the right thigh. So crossing the legs, setting up for a twist. Right heel is pulling in towards the left hip. Sit up nice and tall. Just hold on to that left shin for a moment here. And then you can either wrap the right arm around the left knee, left fingertips behind you for a twist to the left. For a little bit more leverage, place the right elbow to the outside of the knee. Sit up tall, and as you press them into each other, you'll get a much deeper twist to the left. We want to roll the left shoulder back, maybe even look over the left shoulder if that's comfortable. And then inhale your way forward. Let's kick the left leg out straight, and we're going to kick the right leg out wide. So coming into a wide-legged seated straddle. And I turned sideways on my mat, but if you're not necessarily practicing on a mat and you can just kind of kick the legs out wide, go ahead and do that wherever you are. Flexing into the feet, sit up nice and tall, get grounded through the sits bones. You can even kind of pull the flesh out from underneath them, get super grounded. Staying right here if this is enough. If you feel a good stretch on the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs, and into the glutes a little bit here, stay here. If you've got a little bit more room, you can grab one of your props, a block or anything, bring it in front of you, and then forearms can come down to that, give you a little bit higher surface level to aim for. Same thing as in our Janu Sirsasana. We want to try to pull the low ribs forward. So we're staying nice and long, trying to take the rounding out of the low back. Pressing gently down into both heels here. Couple of breaths. And as things start to warm up, perhaps you can remove the prop from underneath your arms, come all the way down to the floor. You can start to reach forward, however much folding you want to try for here. Arms can come out towards the feet. inhale, go ahead and walk the hands back in. Sit up tall if you folded forward. We're going to rotate towards that left leg and just bend it into our half pigeon right here. The knee's going to come out wide, pointing back through those right toes. And again, we want to kind of press down into the knife edge of that left foot and lengthen through the inseam. So we're not rolling the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. We're really trying to keep that inner line nice and long, outer line nice and active. Squaring the hips forward, find a little lift of the heart. And as you feel ready, you can come down to forearms. You can come down to the belly. Finding that space of rest here as we rotate into the left hip. A little bit of activity through the left foot. But reminding yourself, where can you start to soften? Where can you start to disengage now? Bringing that balance between the effort and the ease of our practice. We've done the effort part. We've found the strength. Now we can move towards that softening, that release. Breathe down into the belly. Let's take 2 more breaths here. You can start to walk the hands back in towards that left leg just for a moment so that we don't forget the strength part. Let's press into the hands, tuck the toes on the right leg, lift the hips up a little bit, and then float the left leg towards that floating pigeon. So just for a moment, working those external rotators. On an inhale, reach the left leg up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, just rotate the hip open for a second. And then returning the left leg forward. You can just land the left knee between the hands, sit down, and slide the right foot or right leg out. So we're coming into our Janu Sirsasana. Sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh, flex into the right foot, rotate the heart so that it's shooting straight down the center line of that right leg, and then just inching the fingers forward any amount here. Trying to keep the low back nice and long, so low ribs are lengthening towards the toes. If you can grab the foot, pull the low ribs towards the toes. And folding in for a few breaths. And on an inhale, let's sit up tall. We're going to bend the right knee, step the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. That left heel can come in next to the right hip, so setting up for our seated twist. Hold on to the right shin, just lengthen the spine up, sit tall. Take an inhale. And then exhale, same options, whatever variation of a twist over to the right feels good. Either grabbing that right knee with the left arm or bringing the elbow to the outside of the knee for a little bit more leverage. Inhale, rotate yourself forward. From here, we're just going to step the feet apart. Feet on the mat, knees bent, sit tall, reach the arms forward. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, nice and slowly round yourself all the way down onto your back. And once you get down to your back, if you want to bring the knees into the chest for a moment, just give them a squeeze, rock side to side. Take a moment to feel the body as it slows down. And then lower the feet down to the mat. Lengthen both legs forward. Heels come towards the outer edges of the mat. Let the toes fall open. Take a moment to tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Arms out to the sides, palms turned up towards the ceiling. And let everything get heavy down into the floor. Rest the back of the heart down. The back of the rib cage. The back of the pelvis. The thigh bones. The calves. The heels. Moving into Shavasana, moving towards rest. And start to reconnect to the breath. Feeling the depth of the inhale and the length of the exhale. You can explore gentle movements, wiggling the fingers and the toes to start to reawaken the body, reawaken to physical sensation. And when you feel ready, bend the knees, rolling over onto the right or the left side, and just pausing on your side for a moment. Preparing yourself to move out of rest, move into the rest of your day. And then pressing into the hands, bring yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Taking a moment to get comfortable, get grounded through the sits bones, get heavy through the thighs. Just bring the hands to rest on the tops of the thighs. Eyes can stay closed here. Giving yourself a moment to tune in to the sensations of your practice. The experience of just being present in your body after moving, after breathing. The heightened awareness from the tips of the toes to the tips of the fingers through the crown of the head. Let's bring the palms together in front of the heart, finding Anjali Mudra. Bow the head in towards the hands. Take a moment to close and seal your practice with gratitude, always ending with gratitude. And lift the chin. Bring the thumbs towards the third eye space. Namaste.